The year was 1829. In the heart of Philadelphia, a chilling structure arose from the ground, the Eastern State Penitentiary, a silhouette of cold, grey stone against the city's skyline, a monolith of justice, or so it appeared. It was more than a simple prison. It was a grand experiment in penal reform, the brainchild of the Philadelphia Society for Alleviating the Miseries of Public Prisons. Their vision was a new kind of institution, one that would instill penitence in its inmates through solitude. The Eastern State Penitentiary was an architectural marvel, its radial design a beacon of the future. 7 cell blocks radiated from a central hub like the spokes of a wheel, a design replicated in hundreds of prisons worldwide. Each cell was designed for solitary confinement, a concept as innovative as it was cruel. A small exercise yard attached to each cell, the only taste of the outside world for the inmates, a world they could no longer touch. The penitentiary system was unique, a stark departure from the chaotic prisons of the past. Here, silence reigned supreme. Prisoners were hooded whenever they left their cells, their identities erased, reduced to mere numbers, the only sound the echo of their own thoughts bouncing off the cold stone walls. The design was meant to inspire reflection, penitence, but instead it sowed seeds of madness, despair, and torment. The Eastern State Penitentiary was more than a prison. It was a crucible of human emotion, a place where spirits were broken and minds were lost. The echoes of the past still linger in its halls, a testament to the suffering that took place within its walls. An institution built to reform soon became a house of torment, setting the stage for tales of the paranormal. The echoes of the past still reverberate through its cold stone walls, a chilling reminder of the human capacity for cruelty. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a symbol of reform, a monument to torment, and a breeding ground for the supernatural. As the years rolled on, the penitentiary evolved into an epicenter of suffering and despair. The Eastern State Penitentiary, once a symbol of hope and reform, had descended into a dark abyss of torment. The promise of solitude, initially seen as a path to penitence and rehabilitation, morphed into a cruel instrument of psychological torture. The prison's radical design of solitary confinement, where inmates languished alone in stone-cold cells with scant human contact, was uncharted territory in the realm of penal practices. This isolation bore heavily on the minds of the inmates, breeding an insidious form of mental anguish. The toll of this solitary existence was more than many could bear, leading to outbreaks of insanity within the prison's formidable walls. Moreover, the prison was plagued with inhumane living conditions. Overcrowding became rife as the penitentiary's reputation as an effective deterrent grew. The once solitary cells were crammed with multiple occupants, the air heavy with the stench of despair. The irony was palpable. The very solitude that was deemed a cure for the ills of society had become a hotbed of suffering, a harrowing testament to man's inhumanity to man. In the thick of this torment, some notorious figures found themselves incarcerated within the penitentiary's walls. The most infamous of them all was perhaps Al Capone, the notorious gangster and crime lord. Capone, unlike his fellow inmates, enjoyed relative luxury in his cell, with furnishings that were more reminiscent of a hotel suite than a prison cell. His stay, however, was not devoid of the spectral torment that plagued the penitentiary. It was rumored that Capone was tormented by the ghost of James Clark, one of the victims of the St. Valentine's Day massacre during his stay. The walls of the penitentiary echoed with the cries of the tormented, and many believe they continue to do so. The Eastern State Penitentiary, once a beacon of progressive penal reform, had become a monument to torment and despair, etching an indelible mark in the annals of America's haunted history. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a place of punishment and penance, soon became a hotbed for inexplicable occurrences. As the prison's doors swung shut for the final time, the echoes of its tumultuous past seemed to linger, refusing to fade into the silence. The first whispers of the paranormal began to seep from the stone walls, growing louder with each passing year. The deserted corridors, once teeming with the living, appeared to be inhabited by the spectral remnants of those who once resided within them. Stories began to surface, tales told in hushed voices about the ghostly apparitions that roamed the prison's abandoned blocks. Eyewitness accounts painted a chilling picture of figures appearing and disappearing into thin air. of shadowy forms seen in the periphery only to vanish upon a direct gaze. The penitentiary, it seemed, was far from empty. These apparitions were not the only eerie phenomena reported. The chilling sounds of the prison's past life were heard echoing through the empty halls. The clanging of cell doors, the faint whisper of voices, and even the anguished cries of the unseen were reported by those brave enough to venture into the penitentiary after dark. The increase in these paranormal incidents seemed to correlate directly with the prison's abandonment, as if the energy of the tormented souls trapped within the penitentiary had been given the freedom to manifest, to make their presence known. Some believe these spectral occurrences to be the echoes of the intense suffering and despair that once permeated these walls. Others see them as the unresolved spirits of inmates, still bound to the penitentiary, unable to find peace in the afterlife. Whatever the cause, the Eastern State Penitentiary became more than a monument to a bygone era of punishment and penance. It transformed into a chilling testament to the unexplained, a beacon for those drawn to the world of the paranormal. The penitentiary, once a place of living nightmares, now hosts the spectral remnants of its dark past. As the sun sets and the moon takes reign, the Eastern State Penitentiary transforms into a realm of chilling tales. Let's descend into the labyrinth of the penitentiary's most notorious hauntings. Among the countless stories of spectral sightings and eerie encounters, a few stand out, etching an indelible mark in the annals of the paranormal. Firstly, let's venture into the depths of Cell Block 12, often referred to as the Shadow Alley. Many a brave soul has reported seeing ghostly figures flitting about, flickering like an old movie. The most famed of these apparitions is a spirit often seen sliding down the hallway, a spectral entity that seems to be clothed in a cloak of darkness. Visitors and staff alike have reported hearing disembodied laughter echoing through the corridors, an eerie reminder of the tormented souls that once inhabited this place. Next, we travel to Cell Block 6, home to another infamous phantom. A shadow figure darker than the surrounding gloom has often been seen darting along the walls, defying the laws of physics. Its movements are swift and elusive, disappearing as quickly as it appears. This elusive entity has earned the penitentiary a reputation as one of the most haunted places in the world. Taking a detour from the spectral figures, we find ourselves in the company of a different kind of spirit, a weeping woman. She is often heard more than seen, her mournful wails echoing through the stone corridors of the penitentiary. The origin of her sorrow is a mystery, a spectral enigma wrapped in the shroud of the unknown. Her cries, however, are a testament to the despair and hopelessness that once permeated these walls. These are but a few of the countless tales that seep from the very pores of the Eastern State Penitentiary. Each ghostly encounter, each spectral sighting adds another layer to the rich tapestry of its haunted history. The stories of these phantoms are more than just chilling tales to be told around a campfire. They offer a glimpse into the past, a window into a time when the line between punishment and torture was blurred. They serve as reminders of the tormented souls that once walked these corridors, their pain and despair echoing through time. So as we delve further into the mysteries of the Eastern State Penitentiary, remember, each haunting tale is a fragment of history, a spectral echo of the past. These stories are imbued with the weight of the human experience, their chills and thrills hinting at deeper truths about the human condition and the nature of suffering. Within these cold stone walls, the past refuses to rest, echoing with the whispers of those long gone. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a beacon for those with a thirst for the unknown, has seen countless investigations probing its spectral secrets. The hallowed halls of this infamous prison have been trodden by many a brave soul, armed with little more than a flashlight and a steely resolve. Among them, some of the most notable paranormal investigators of our time, drawn in by the allure of the penitentiary's haunting reputation. They come seeking answers, hoping to make contact with the ethereal inhabitants of this eerie edifice. One such group of intrepid explorers is the team from the popular television show Ghost Hunters. Their investigation of the penitentiary was replete with unexplainable phenomena. The team reported hearing disembodied voices echoing through the empty cell blocks and chilling cold spots that seemed to appear out of nowhere. Their electronic voice phenomenon equipment, often abbreviated to EVP, picked up a chilling voice whispering the phrase, "I'm here. Could it be a spectral prisoner, forever bound within the prison walls? Another equally intriguing investigation was conducted by the team from Paranormal Challenge. Their night at the penitentiary was a veritable smorgasbord of paranormal activity. The team experienced equipment malfunctions, unexplained temperature drops, and even saw shadowy figures darting in and out of the darkness. One member of the team claimed to feel a hand on his shoulder, only to turn around and find no one there. Could this be the ghostly touch of a former inmate attempting to make contact from beyond the grave? Yet despite the multitude of investigations and the wealth of evidence gathered, the true nature of the Eastern State Penitentiary's hauntings remains shrouded in mystery. Each piece of evidence seems to raise more questions than it answers. Are these simply residual hauntings, mere echoes of the past, or are they intelligent spirits still conscious and aware, lingering in the place of their earthly torment? The ghostly tales of the Eastern State Penitentiary continue to captivate and terrify, drawing in those who dare to delve into the unknown. Each investigator, each brave soul who steps foot into the prison contributes to the ever-growing tapestry of its ghostly lore. Their experiences, their findings, serve to deepen the mystery, adding yet another layer to the penitentiary's spectral secrets. And so, the Eastern State Penitentiary stands a chilling monument to the past, its stone walls holding 1,000 stories of sorrow, torment, and death. It remains a beacon for the curious, the brave, and the foolhardy, its spectral secrets an irresistible lure for those with a thirst for the unknown. Each investigation peels back a layer of mystery, only to reveal another, in the endless enigma that is the Eastern State Penitentiary. As we delve deeper into the shadowy history of the Eastern State Penitentiary, we are left with more questions than answers. Its ominous stone walls, silent witnesses to countless torments, continue to fascinate and enthrall those who dare to explore its haunted depths. A morbid curiosity, perhaps, or a yearning to peek beyond the veil of the mortal realm draws us in, beckoning us towards the inexplicable. This enduring fascination is perhaps best encapsulated in the annual Terror Behind the Walls event. For the uninitiated, this is no ordinary Halloween festivity. The penitentiary, in all its spectral glory, is transformed into a sprawling labyrinth of horror. The very air seems to throb with the echoes of past agonies, the chilling whispers of the damned. Yet even as we revel in these orchestrated horrors, we cannot escape the gnawing unease that the true terrors lie not in the theatrics, but in the unseen, in the quiet corners where the veil between this world and the next is worn thin, in the ghostly apparitions that some say still roam the corridors, forever trapped within these walls. The penitentiary's haunted history has sparked a multitude of theories and speculations, each more chilling than the last. Some suggest that the spirits of the incarcerated, subjected to such inhuman conditions, refuse to move on, their anguish binding them to this place. Others posit that the penitentiary, with its history of torment and despair, is a vortex of negative energy, a beacon to restless spirits. Then there are those who delve into the realm of the metaphysical, exploring the concept of residual hauntings. They propose that the intense emotions experienced within these walls have left an indelible imprint on the very fabric of reality. That the penitentiary is not haunted by spirits per se, but by echoes of the past, reverberating through time. Each of these theories, in their own way, strives to make sense of the inexplicable, to give form and substance to the shadows that flit at the corners of our vision, to lend a voice to the silent screams that fill the night. Yet, despite our best efforts, the truth remains elusive, shrouded in mystery. The Eastern State Penitentiary, that chilling monument to human suffering, continues to captivate and terrify. Its specters, whispering tales from beyond the grave, are a stark reminder of its dark legacy, a legacy that, like the penitentiary itself, refuses to be forgotten, forever lingering at the edge of our collective consciousness. As we step back into the light, leaving the penitentiary's haunted halls behind, we are left with an unsettling sense of unease, of questions unanswered, stories untold, and perhaps that is where the true horror lies. Not in the ghosts that may or may not roam these halls, but in the lingering mystery that continues to shroud the Eastern State Penitentiary. The Eastern State Penitentiary, a chilling monument to human suffering, continues to captivate and terrify, its specters whispering tales from beyond the grave. Thank you for watching our video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Leave a comment of any other haunted or ghostly tales you'd like to hear us tell.